Hello, how are you? My name is Elizabeth. Welcome to my channel, Embracing the Chaos. So, it's been a while since I've been on here, and life's been laughing, people have been peopling, and I have been embracing the chaos. So, I'm in a good place now, and I'm able to help you, I feel. So, I want to shout out to all of those that have stuck by me and that are continuing to stick by me after this period that I've been gone. I appreciate you. You are awesome. And for those of you that are new, I want to welcome you to my space. And we'll just see how things go. If you like my energy, great. If not, that's okay too. It happens. So, I have revised a few things on how I'm going to be doing my readings. Occasionally I will do readings where there are specific messages. Those specific messages will come at the end of the reading. And I will let you know at the beginning of the reading whether or not there's specific messages. Sometimes I will have names, sometimes I will have numbers, sometimes there are actual deliberate messages. And in this reading I do have quite a bit. I'm being drawn to go ahead and call out the names. Now, if none of these names resonate for you, that's fine. It does not mean that this isn't your reading. It's just a reason to maybe hang on a little bit more, a little longer. Okay. So if you have the initials J or the initials M, and then the names are Ray, Buddy. Last name would be Whitmire, Whitaker. First name Dawn, Vic. This could be, or this is the last name, Williams. And then first name Sierra. Now, you could have multiples of those names. They can mean something. They may not mean something. It's just some names that I picked up on. Okay. So, let's go ahead and let's see what, I have no clue how this reading is going to go. I have no clue what we're going to talk about. This is definitely a spirit-led message. And let's jump in and see it. I haven't used this deck in a hot minute. Okay. Sometimes I will show the cards, sometimes I will not. Sometimes I'll tell you what's going on, but with this deck, I generally don't show the cards. Because it's more for me than it is for you. So here we go. It's very important that we understand. I feel like I need to stress this, that we understand that the chaos that we see, or the drama, or the things that are playing out in our life around us, are a mirror reflection of something that's going on inside us. And if you're ever in a place that you can take 5, 10, 15 minutes out for yourself, sit with that energy. See what's going on within you so that you can better understand why that's happening on the outside of you. Okay? So someone's being really adamant about making some kind of transformation, and it looks like they're making headway. Like, they're using certain resources that it kind of feels like we weren't really sure if they were going to stick around. So there's certain resources are changing. They're going through some kind of significant change, and it looks like it's probably because there's something in the heart space that has healed itself. And I do see abundance coming your way. So this can be small things. It's not always out to be like you're going to be, completely showered in money, or you're completely showered in things and that kind of abundance. It could just be abundance in the opportunities that are being presented to you. And then we have a reflection right there. So you have been blocked. Yeah. Okay, so what's transforming? Like I said, we have unresolved emotions. So something that has been unresolved within the self has been blocking us from actually reaching a place of abundance within maybe our job, maybe your home, maybe your finances, just in your life in general. And we're starting to see slow progress. It's baby steps. You take baby steps. You can't just take off running and expect everything just to fall in your lap. I do see someone starting to connect the dots where things didn't quite add up, or they're starting to have faith and belief in themselves, and that things are going to be more beneficial on the path that you're on. Right now, it looks like you could be just needing a little bit of reassurance. You have some kind of ancestor here. This would be a larger woman. I'm not just big boned. Like, for some of you, it's like the presence of it. Now, some of you, this is someone that you have had some kind of cycle with here on Earth. Others of you, this is like extraterrestrial, if you want to call it. These are otherworldly beings that seem to be having their arm around you at this time, and they are wanting to reassure you that you are on the right path, and things are going to get better. Fiery wrath and ambition and hunt. This is giving the energy of So you've become a little bit angry. There's a little bit of anger here. Something that this anger, it looks like that's what's healing in the heart space. And you're starting to use your fiery energy. I see the fiery energy is actually being used to motivate you at this time. And it's giving you a lot of more drive, a lot more, that's not even a word, a lot more ambition. It's like bringing out, or it's creating the desire that we need to make some kind of transformation here, where we've kind of felt like we were tied to some kind of timeline here. That's what I'm saying. You felt like you were tied to some kind of timeline, like you were never going to be able to break free of this. And you're being reassured at this time that that's not the case at all. This could have something to do around a father figure. So, looks like the feminine aspect of the self is we're leaning on. So the masculine within, or a masculine on the outside, is actually leaning on their feminine intellect, leaning possibly on your feminine intellect, or you are leaning on their feminine intellect. There's some kind of information that seems to be coming in. Someone's learning. Someone could be observing and learning from you at this time. Let's get one more out there, and then we'll jump onto some tarot to draw this out. Crafty meat of poetry. Definitely, yeah. The feminine intellect. So it's like the one that brings so the masculine. The messages are just coming in so fast, and it's trying to connect the dots and trying to align it. You got to understand. If you're a reader, you would understand. Okay, so the first human man, the masculine, this male role. So this could be someone that has blocked you, or they've been guarding. So that they've been guarding some kind of protection, some kind of protection around some kind of treasure within. And the feminine intellect is what's bringing, it's like giving like the siren energy in another deck that I have. It's saying something. There's some kind of communication here that seems to be coming through that is not necessarily that of your own, but the word. So like if you're having a conversation with someone, I feel like these words that you're expressing or that you're saying carry a lot of weight, and it's coming from the feminine within, the feminine intellect, because of the intelligence. It's showing the intelligence here, and it's peace and counsel from the unknown. Okay, so trying to understand what's going on behind the scenes, trying to use the feminine intellect in order to be able to create the correct way, or the correct go about doing something in a correct way as far as someone else is concerned. So not wanting to come at someone with anger, hostility, but using that passion, that the fire, the passion that they have to actually bring something online. Now this could be in a literal sense. Maybe you're doing something online, 11:11 on the timer. Maybe you're doing giving a sales pitch or something, trying to bring on a job. You know, maybe you're trying to be an entrepreneur here. I'm not sure what it is exactly that you're trying to create or trying to do here, but I do see that there's a lot of communication going between the masculine and the feminine within. I'm hearing there's been a lot of communication going back and forth. The diligence, the resources. Yes, you have a group of people. We have the Three of Pentacles, the Three of Swords, the Star. So we're leaning on the tools, the information that we have. We're leaning on more on a better understanding, and we're learning to work with others when it comes to things that seem to be a bit painful, things that seem to be a bit hard. And we're separating ourselves from the limitations that we put on ourselves by not learning to work with others, or not learning to communicate with others. And I feel like somebody here is learning to work with their guides. They're leaning more on the ability to listen to those messages as they get them. Okay, so the unresolved emotions, the only way that you're really going to understand that these have been resolved is full-on acceptance. And so I feel like somebody's definitely asking others, or asking their guides to give them more clarity, better understanding, so that they can bring something into balance. Because it looks like there's an opportunity a golden opportunity that's going to be presented here, to be able to move forward, to move. Maybe you're trying to move here. Someone could be trying to move. Create. It's just an opportunity that suits and that is beneficial to you at this time. You are healing something within the finances, within your home life. This is healing. You are protected. Your finances, everything, the choices that you're making are going to be able to protect you at this time. The divine standing, walking with you. This is the energy of the divine, the higher self. Whatever modality really works for you, it's that energy that is really protecting you at this time, is really ushering you. It's healing. It's a very healing energy. So this has been the space in which you have really been trying to get to, questioning, am I healing? Am I harming? Am I hurting others, or am I healing myself? And I do see that there is just a need for you to understand that you are healing. It doesn't mean that others aren't going to be hurt along the way, but it's because your intentions are to heal yourself. It's not to harm them. That's their some kind of wound there. Sorry, that was some kind of wound of their own that they need to heal within themselves. The fiery wrath, the passion. You could have, whatever this thing that angered you, or however it angered you in the past, has definitely caused a great deal of upset within the family dynamic. And because you are learning how to heal the self in ways that work for you and not necessarily for others, in whatever way, it doesn't matter what, as long as everyone's healing, it does not matter how you get there. It does not matter. And there's a bit of an anger issue that is being brought into balance. There's harmony being brought to it. It's just taking some time here, and that's where you're going to see things start to play out. You could get some kind of communication in the form of a letter, it seems, that brings some kind of justice in for someone. I don't know what that's about. The Hanged Man. Yeah, you're looking at things differently. So what you were trying to manifest before, you weren't able to manifest it because there was the blockage of the unresolved emotions and then it hid itself, it disguised itself as anger. And because you're starting to heal yourself, you're now able to see things differently and actually execute the right course of plan of action in order to obtain what it is you're wanting to obtain. So I feel like you're on the right path. Really. Tell me about the Four Cups, the Judgment, the Magician. You're seeing that something distracted you from answering the calling for your manifestation. So you were supposed to answer some kind of higher calling here, and you didn't do it because something come in and distracted you. And now you're viewing that and you're seeing something as that distraction, as it was meant to be seen. And instead of allowing it to block us anymore, we're not going to allow that blockage to continue. Okay, so the first human man, the masculine in your life, the male, and this is a male, okay, when you were growing up, wounded you in the worst way. There's a sense of sadness that comes with you feeling emotionally fulfilled. You feel guilty for feeling emotionally fulfilled because of some kind of masculine energy here. And the feminine, it says, that's enough. That is enough. Bringing that to an end. You're using your feminine intellect to say, hey, there's no need for that. That was their wounding. And this is giving like generational curse. No, I don't want to say curse. Generational wounding. Okay, generational situations. You're taking the bull by the horns and you're doing something about it. You're bringing your transfer. There's the transformation. We see the transformation card. Bringing that to an end. No more. And we're using the feminine intellect in order to create that. To create the balance we need so that we can calm the mental mind. It's very important to learn mindfulness and to practice mindfulness so that one can actually hear the messages that come in and aren't stuck in a place where we've got all these things that keep cycling back through. Because if you continue to cycle those kind of thoughts in, then you're going to continue to see them show up in your everyday life, and we don't want to see that. We don't want to do that anymore. So we're really starting to listen to ourselves here. That's good. Crafty media poetry. There's something that is said. Because we have the devil attached to the Ten of Pentacles with the Knight of Wands that causes us to act impulsively. And it's very charming. It's very seductive with the devil there. And it's been there for a really long time. Could be a belief system of some sort. Could be a little bit obsessed here. Obsessed about having the desire to, it's like a desire. The devil, it's like, there's definitely a desire here. So using the right words, so speaking it, because you know when you speak it, it comes into your reality. Learning how to not say things that you do not want is very, very important. And when you act impulsively, or you do things out of impulsivity because you're wanting something, or because of it's devil driven, then obviously you're going to get what can come in quickly. And you're learning to sit with that energy. Learning to be more peaceful within the self and ask for advice, ask for direction. It's very important that we pay attention to the things that we say. And I do believe that comes out as one of the messages. They're pulling me to that. Be very mindful of the things you say. Careful not to bring things into your existence that can cause resistance to the path you're on. So definitely. Someone can be getting married. That's a side note for somebody. I guess we're jumping into the messages. What was once turbulent has now found a place of peace. And we're seeing that in the cards here. If you don't want it, don't accept it. No matter what it is, you truly have that kind of power if you truly believe in yourself. But you have to have trust, faith, and belief in yourself. You can say no. If you don't want that kind of energy, like, let me give you an example. I live in a house with 5 people. And all 4 of them, 5 of them, however many there's, they got sick. And I didn't, because I wouldn't accept that as my fate. I wouldn't accept that. No, that I'm not getting sick. And I didn't get sick. That easy. I believed it, though. I believed it without a doubt that I was not going to succumb to the illness that it was just cold, but still. Assess your finances. See what areas need repaired. So that's the repairs. So we're seeing that transpire here. We're seeing that transform. It's taking time. It has taken you a lot of time to get to a place to where you understand the things that you say, the things that you do are going to come back to you. And if you don't want certain energies, you have the ability to say, no, go away. Vámonos, andale. So simple. So I heard water your garden, which that could have been metaphorically. It could have been physical. Maybe somebody needs to water their plants. It looks like you have, I heard the word dubious. Okay. So someone is playing a role and they're acting like they have no clue. And here's the thing. They're there to test your faith. This person's coming in and they're testing you to see where you are energetically. Be very mindful. This is going to come in. Okay, the divine's going to offer you this lesson, or it's just a reflection. Going to bring this to your attention in one form or another. If you resist it, the divine will put you in a space where you have no choice but to sit there and face it. You can't get up and walk away with it. So the first time it comes in, it's going to be a lot easier for you to accept and a lot easier for you to deal with. So you might want to go that way. But if you're hard-headed like me, then you're probably going to do it a little bit differently, and it's going to be uncomfortable. Extremely uncomfortable. So be prepared to be tested. Okay? And it looks like tonight something's going to be made right. I haven't a clue what that's about. Well, I do hope this helps. And yeah, we'll be seeing each other. I'll be around, babes. And until we meet again, toodaloo-loos.